Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. We have today an interesting theme. The theme is Stoicism or Straocism, to be or not to be. Why the fuck is so red? Maybe here. Better, to be or not to be. And so we can figure it out on example. But this is to be or not to be is the question in Straocism, not directly in Stoicism. Um, uh, so before I begin, I will take the magic ability test. So I have here one from the Extremer Liquids potion. So it's the very first potion part of a distillation with a burned part of all essences get distillated. So also ashes, burned stuff on the distillations stuff is burned and inside in the distillation, and this is here inside. So it's the very first time I do this. Not today, it is from 2 weeks or so. So I found the way back. Hopefully a little bit. And I have really interesting them. So for some people it can be really interesting, for some other people it can be neuro stress or some other bullshit, whatever they mean. So no. It's so half-half, right? It's half-half. No. Mm-mm. Set into middle, but also not. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. I have it here. It is the cross. No. Yeah, it's set up here up on this side, but it's not, so heavy fast. No. I not found it. Ah, here it is. Something like this. No. Downside. here. Yeah, a little bit up on the middle side. Yeah, to be or not to be. And who is there? Hello? Hello? Did you have a dick? Hello? So, okay, back to the 10. We go in Straocism. Right. Take the image of this one. So, and how I drop it? I drop it with no reel or a pianos. So when you see the picture, you see one is dark demon entity, and up is a heavenly sword, like sword of God, heavenly sword. The cloud there is like a sword in a bunch of different clouds, and high clouds. How say that? Cumulus clouds, really high cumulus, not really high, but cumulus clouds, and then some this yeah. And the underside is the dark centrifugal entity clause. What is give this negative effect on the picture. So, but in Stoicism it is different. So this first picture, the dark one, is a sign that it's say different stuff. It's say one time someone here have something what is from interests. This is the point in the middle, right? So if you hit it something, then someone like to take it from you, right? This is what it's mean, right? It's also a weather dragon, a dragon of cloud, so water dragon. Set here a hit point also. So what? When you are in conversation with a dragon, he will and you please for help about what it is a situation. He will make it correctly, right? So here comes entity. Say you are on the point. You are on the pulse of life. Someone likes to grab it. Here's someone likes to harms you. Something like this. Right. So the problem is people didn't believe this. Right? People didn't believe this and say then it's some bad entity and so on and so on and so on. They didn't understand that you are in defense mode. You are in defense mode. And they didn't understand that this is not a negative energy, it is a defense mode where you are because someone like to harms you, right? So this is defense mode. If you talk with a dragon about this, he will do this on a way like this. So then as next, you see there is no result coming. There comes no result, but you can use it. And from outside, the negative energy goes higher, right? So you are more negatively affected. So you recreate it, and then after 4 years comes the heavenly sword, right? So the situation is going better, not better, better. Go more good situation. So what a normal human look at as a simply constellation of good and bad is in reality something different. So the heavenly sword is only an answer of the feedback of the humans, right? It is only a feedback what humans need to change their, that you say it's all okay, it's good, the bad is blah blah blah, gone, right? It's only information for the humans, and this is not easy to create it, right? It's not easy to create it. It's need time, and as twice you have switched your abilities from information to an answer on an information, so you get out of your firstly position in the fence. And this is really interesting what I see by no real, right? So by no real, is it same how Appianus, right? So you see the dragon, the picture of the dragon, there is his head and there is his back tile, right? So you can looking on Appianus or no real to see when you ask him, you're wrong or you're right. So if you're wrong, he give you his back tile, and if you're right, he give you his face, right? Now it comes with Straocism, right? So nearby, interesting, also in the sword cloud upside, there is a point and these two lines, and we in downside we have also a point, but 3 lines, right? 3 lines, so something like this. So the effect in the picture is nearby the same. This can be so or so, right? So I say it's not easy to do it. But the people feel maybe more not so much harmed about it, or not feel so dangerous. But this is not a reaction. This is not the reaction of the peoples like to harm you. The peoples like to harm you. If you put in this, they change now. No, they change not now their position, but they see that you react on that. They bring it the position into a non-harmless position. As an example, I composed Kanye West Runaway in 2010, right? It's get hacked, it's get sold and released by Kanye West. So how I can do this, that I say, hey USA, hello, I compose it. I have 0 money. Why he sell it in his name and blah blah blah. I have not enough money to go out with no deal. I'm not a rich guy, you know. It is my production in first place. And why is it in Kanye West's way? So you see there Kanye West recent chat communities, propelled recent chat Kanye West. You see that he is also working with Reason and talk with peoples about Reason, you know. So I work also with Reason. I lost it. I produced it in 2010. What's with me? I have nothing. So I set the hit point. So I set the hit point on my place. You see this? This is what the fucking happened when you play with me. This is what it's happened when you play with me. But they didn't see this as a result of, right? So they are not understand it. The situation. They didn't understand the situation. So then you have changed it. And then you're going into the heavenly sword, and then you lost a part of your abilities. Then you no more didn't need abilities, because the bad is gone, and you go, you don't know what you then next have to do. So there is coming Appianus, and he works with you so long that you understand what you have forget. To this moment, what you have forget. And in this moment, you remind, oh, this is it, what it was, the energy of the core center, of the core and the center that you have done, you have forget it in all this time. And you have not only forget it in all this time, twice you have putting a heavenly sword over it to give that positive energy to the humans, what brings you nothing back. Only all good, the energy is gone, it's peaceful happiness, or you are maybe at last on street with nothing. So now it comes the question, to be or not to be. If I now get in Straocism, when I put it twice on it, one party of the political aspects is now happy and the other part gets critical. So don't take all too serious, but understand the reason, the basics, because I have actually a little bit problem to concentrate me on every different aspect, exactly because also the heavenly sword. When I'm now not talking about it, and just be still about it and say the dark underside is forget, it's live the upper side, the heavenly sword, and all is good, I do exactly what the peoples like to harm me, like to hear from me, so that I'm doing something in a totally different aspect and not in the aspect of these peoples. So now I have this option to be still, but also I have to be the option to clear it with Straocism. And that is why the questions exist, Stoicism and Straocism. Because in the Straocism I can react on what exactly has happened. In Stoicism I would say it's okay. Right? So there comes the question, to be or not to be. Bin ich to be or not to be with this or this option? And in Stoicism it is not directly to be, because it also can be to not to be. The question is, what is the problem with people like to harm you, right? This is the question. So I hope it was not too complicated to understand. But it's, for me, in any way, a really interesting aspect. Because when I think on Stoicism, then I say the heavenly sword is come, the dark side is defend, is finished, and all is good. Right? So the dark side is the inner conflict. The inner conflict, right? And the teaching of the Stoicism is this, that you let also your enemies make fails and so on, but you're not, you forgive them and so on. So same like Jesus, right? In a place. And Straocism give the option to clear it, like a judgment, like a justice, that you can stay here and say, look, number one, this is not bad. It's a checkpoint, right? When I say I composed Kanye West, Runaway, in 2010, and Kanye West released it, and I have nothing. You see now, you're on my place. It is this enough to see that I'm not lying you? Is this enough? right? The people like to harm you, say, no, what is this? This is a cloud, this is fucking nothing. And what is this? Right? But in this moment where you have to doing twice a wonder, you're on a different way. So they switched you in your abilities. You can no more say, I'm angry about it. Fucking listening to me what I have to say. Number one, I'm not a fucking liar. I do not lie you. And they say you are a liar. Simply, right? And then it's called, you have double it from dark to gray light, to light, to heavenly sword, and so. And you have changed your abilities. And so also change your inner aspects. And then you lost a part. And then you may lost a part of your abilities because you have changed your inner aspect from I'm angry to I defend my angry. I strike versus my angry for nothing. Because you are not a liar. So you manipulate your inner self, your inner true. You manipulate your inner true. And this is what Appianus do also. This is why the head and the backside of the dragon is on every side. He's a genius. Appianus is a genius from this moment, right? So now we will look, I can take some abilities back or it's totally lost because I'm tired. No, I'm out. Out from this moment. Oh, here is it. Oh, here is it. No, this is not what I take. Oh, no. Also not. Yeah, it's actually not as so good. No. So now I have diamond ace. This what I before seek and become as last. Diamond and this. So it is in a self-manipulation of what you believe. Exactly. So there is come the question, Stoicism or Straocism. Straocism to tell the truth about what it's happened in case of time. Yeah. You have not using Straocism in First of the Dark because people say it's bad. There you can come a lot with Straocism when people say it's bad. So then when it's come light, then you can use it Straocism to tell it. But probably nobody will understand in end effects. But nobody say that Straocism is for peoples to understand. Right? Stoicism is to not get harmful versus peoples. Stoicism. And Straocism is maybe too high. This is Straocism is then codex, not codex, dogma. Straocism is in affecting with the dogma, right? Dogma is not the same. So I don't know who understand the effects, the affectings of dogma. It is the case what it will happen, a fixed case what in system will be happen when something is happened, and there you have it from dark to light. So it will happen. This is why it's called dogma, but you cannot. The people so serious that you can tell them about the dogma that they understand it. You can take some philosophers or other peoples to take the dogma to understand it, but you can also don't know that they understand it. You don't know they are in some philosophy part or they are in Stoicism and just say okay, it's okay. Or they are in Straocism. So this is Straocism is only founding seeking and finding the true. I call it Straocism, right? True finding, finding the true. Like the question between Microsoft and Apple. Who have made the first computer, Microsoft or Apple? Which one is the original and which one is the copy, right? So who have first watching Microsoft or who have first watching Macintosh? And then made his own. So we don't know. I don't know. Maybe there are two have made some different to the same time. I don't know the story about Microsoft and Apple exactly. So much I know is they know themselves. They have business and then split them business, and nobody knows who was the first programmer for the first working machine or something like this. I don't know. So this was the stream. Hope something understand. And Apianus looks like a interesting, good, very high intelligent guy. Have a deeper knowledge into finding the true. Right.